Yes, we are live, everyone. Welcome to
Welcome, welcome.
to Cloudwork today, our podcast. Now again without Cloud. It's a cloudless day today,
Yeah.
but there's a very good reason for it since Cloud is actually moving, probably to a
Where
very
we don't know, but he is moving.
nice place. I don't know where, but I think to a very nice place. So, you know, uh, let me actually give you a bit more volume, Benjamin, because you're probably the one will be talking a lot too.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So, um, so today's theme is general talk. Uh, Not much to go about. We already have a couple of things planned, right, Benjamin? Because you wanted to talk about something very interesting and very important.
I kind of have three things. The one I didn't brief you about, but yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
do.
Okay. What are they?
And more or less, what? Oh yeah. So more or less, I have three things, and it's one which we kind of hyped up from uh, last time, and that was the Norway visit. I'm back now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we skipped last week's. We didn't do that because little poor Barbie here was yeah, not feeling so well.
True. It was
Yeah, but
30.
if we would have done that,
Yes.
then I would have.
I don't hear you anymore right now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're back.
Yeah. Well, if we would have done that podcast uh, uh, last week, I would have been in Norway. But I'm back now. I've been back for a few days.
Great.
And the second one is that uh, on last on this Thursday, one very interesting and well, just plainly awesome thing happened on uh, this week's Thursday, and that was that I went to Stockholm Pride,
Nice.
and I have a lot of things from that,
Mm-hmm.
and also that I met people. I met a person from there, and from that I kind of have philosophized like a small discussion we could have, like how people don't really know what gender fluid means, and yeah, think it's a different thing than it actually is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
hmm
Interesting indeed.
Yeah.
Those were those three things. I lost count. I am not that awake
Yeah,
right
those were
now.
three things. We have Norway, the Stockholm Pride, and that thing about gender fluids.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
perfect. Yes.
yeah, good. So let's start with Norway.
Mm-hmm.
How was it? It was lovely, of course.
Okay.
Lovely. Norway is beautiful. It always is. Uh, but what I but we talked all about last time. We talked about we talked about all of that and the
Well, we talked
we talked
about
about
how
coming out.
we talked about that you were going to your family in Norway. They
Yeah,
were also a bit religious, and you were very hyped about
yeah,
meeting your grandmother again, and you wanted to
yes,
let her get to know you like who you really are.
yeah.
Yes.
And the thing is that it went pretty well. It was we came there. I had nail polish nail paint on, and she didn't mind. more or less, I can make you a brief mission brief. Is that I did not come out to my grandmother. I
Okay.
did, however, come out to my uh, to my oldest to my oldest uncle, the, the uncle that I said would be cool, would most probably be cool
Mm-hmm.
with me being gay. I did not tell him, mainly laziness, but also that I didn't really talk to him that much, and it wouldn't really have been more or less just wouldn't have mattered a lot if I
Okay.
didn't. So more or less, yeah, I really got, but yeah. So more or less, we came there, we had fun, picked up all. But more or less, yeah, we came to the yeah, so we came to Norway. We were quite tired, but more or less, what happened was that I talked, yeah, a bit more to my grandmother. Uh, One thing is that more or less, I talked to my uncle a little bit about Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Then I brought up Freddie Mercury. I was gay, and then like when he was about to go, I kind of like took his shirt, dragged him back in, and like as a gay myself, he is a big uh, yeah idol to me, and that kind. And that was how I came out to him, and he was like, "Ah, that's fine, that's fine." And
Okay.
he just kind of shrugged it off and just like that. And then I asked him if it would be wise for me to come out to my grandmother, and he said, "Well, sure." She would probably be surprised, but that would be around that. That
Mm-hmm.
would be that would be that. Uh, like, yeah, I shouldn't be too scared to do that. But the thing is, yeah, and I kind of tried, and I didn't really try, but more or less, the days went on. We actually went to my great aunt that I talked about a bit, and she and she I said went to Africa. And the thing is about her, um, what I didn't really know is that yeah, I probably was a wise thing that I didn't come out to her, because the reason why she went to Africa, she was a goddamn missionary.
Ah, in that way, yes.
Yeah, so probably shouldn't yeah come out to her. Just yeah, as soon as I went into her house, yeah, there was the normal stuff like I always noticed, like the African memorabilia that she probably got from there.
Mm-hmm.
But I immediately noticed something I didn't notice as much last time, and that was like religious stuff, like a like small sculpture saying "The Lord is my shepherd"
Ah,
and
that kind
that
of
kind of
stuff.
stuff, and I was like, ah, quite scary. I
Scary.
mean,
Well, it shouldn't be
it, wa-
scary.
it was foreboding to be in a very clearly religious household.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, and like, mm, and then well, yeah, and then actually, well, yeah, before we went to my great aunt, what happened was that I actually painted my grandmother's nails.
Ah.
Yeah, I know. That's yeah. It was fun. She was she was like, oh yeah, I painted them blue and white, and red, and
Ah.
then a little thing in that. But the thing is, uh, she kind of immediately uh, after we went home, I think he kind of immediately took took it off, ripped it off. Why? It wasn't because she didn't like me. It was just that she said, "Ah, no, that's nothing for me."
Ah, yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I must admit, like, older people do not want, like, multiple colors usually on their nails.
No, yeah, yeah, my dad said that like if you would have done it, you probably should have done like one color on every nail, and you
Yeah, but,
yeah, but yeah, it was still fun. Yeah.
yes. But
Mhm.
just a little side note for like religious people, because for the people who do not know, who are watching this for the first time, hello. Um, well, Benjamin, as he says, he came out of the closet. He is gay. I am a pansexual, and I have very religious friends as well. But they accept me the way I am, so I already came out to them. And the reason that, well, I already knew that they were like very religious, but it became really apparent as well when I went to their home when they were moving, because normally you have like uh, a little library of your own, and there are books in it. And with me, there are mainly books about drawing stuff, how to draw, how to animate, how to do, and all kinds of fantasy books. And their library was full of Bibles, 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 children's Bibles, how
Mhm.
to interpret the Bible, books based on the Bible, psalm books, more psalm books. Uh, one lost
Yeah.
meditation. I think a meditation book that got lost somewhere in between there. More Bibles. I don't like. Do I have to touch this? I'm not really. Why do I have to do this? There were like dozens and
Yeah, it's just
dozens
like
of those.
as soon as you see the stuff that heavily indicates that these people probably don't like you kind of start to sweat a little, break it through a
Well,
nervous. So it's like,
no. Well, they already accepted me, so that was not a problem. But
yeah,
I am like
but still, it's kind of like,
agnostic. I'm quite agnostic, so I'm like I believe in
mm.
I'm more like I believe in something, but I don't want to hang myself up
No,
to
I
one.
think agnosticism is like, um, if the regard, well, sure, but as long as you can't prove he's real, I won't really believe he's real. That's
Mhm.
kind of agnosticism, at least what I have read.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
I
I'm
don't
quite an atheistic person,
yeah.
although
So
I don't
so
really
that so so
like the belief
handling
of nothing
yeah,
greater.
so handling all those Bibles was like why? Why do you have
Uh,
like seven different
yeah,
Bibles?
uh,
I don't understand. Uh
yeah,
yeah, so that
weird religious people, like,
yeah. So a
yeah.
very different kind of people than I am, but they're still friends and they accepted me for being pansexual. So that's very nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Hmm. Yeah, so I came there, and then like on, I think, yeah, we went to my other uncle on Thursday,
Mhm.
and that was the day I was planning on, because I told you guys that I would have done a thing where I what is it now again? I that I recorded a conversation with my grandmother when she spoke English, and I haven't didn't do that until the first day. So more or less, when that came up, I was like, really got to do this, because yeah, I was kind of scared that something
Mhm.
was gonna happen. I would never see her again.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, I kind of, I actually have it on my phone. I'm probably, even if, yeah, I'm probably gonna share it with Barb's and Cloud.
Mhm.
Uh, but more or less, yeah, I talked to her. I was like 43 minutes with
Okay.
intermissions of my dad and my uncle explaining a few words to her. It was
Mhm.
quite skimp on details, but the thing is, she's she's very old. She barely really remembers a lot of the words in English,
Mm-hmm.
so it was quite shaky for her and there. But when like yeah, it was she it was hard to have a conversation with her, frankly.
Okay.
Yeah, so but the thing is, like, yeah, so I probably you will probably be able to listen to this after the podcast, but I probably kind of like push the whole kind of thing to talk about how well, I first swayed it into to talking about how society has changed and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of like, because she didn't understand the word gay was, so I just again and again and again and again had to explain and
Yes.
again and again hammer points. You know what this means. You know what this means, and
Well, I think
more or less.
it is difficult for someone who is over 90 to actually understand what all this
Mhm.
like modern talk is about.
Yeah, but I said homosexual and gay.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I talked to a let's see, a what's it called? Uh, let's see here. It's mm, uh, what's it called now again?
I
Oh
don't know.
God, I'm trying. What?
I don't know.
Uh, let's see here. Languages. Uh, mm, not a. What's the science of languages? Just yeah. What's it? The Reddit board of oh God, what's it called? Hmm.
The science of language? You mean sign language?
No, 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 no. The science of language.
The science of
Uh,
language. Linguistics. More in that
yeah,
direction.
yeah. I conquered a ling linguistics board,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked them how I should do this, and they was like, dude, and they were more talking about me that I probably shouldn't come out to my grandma more than that more than that. Yeah, the language hasn't really changed that much. So,
Mm-hmm.
hmm yeah, more or less, yeah. I finally got it, and then I actually asked her, and you will be able to hear this on my special mixtape. No,
Yeah.
uh, that yeah, she says like if I asked her I asked her if what she thought about homosexuality, she was like, no, no, it's unnatural.
Ah,
It's
yeah.
just yeah, and that kind of like yeah, that was a real
Yeah, it basically shapes your
downer.
answer a little bit. It basically,
Yeah, and that
yeah.
was like, and she, the thing is that she was like, I don't think too much about what other people do and and
Mm-hmm.
it's just, yeah, it just it felt hard. It just, uh,
Yeah, it's a difficult
like,
thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that is why that is why I decided to not come out to my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
At least not then.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, because yeah, and more or less I said that to my uncle, and I said that to my dad, and he was like, yeah, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was quite a downer, like saying the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Is she suffering from dementia?
No, not really.
No, okay.
It's, no, not really. Maybe a spotty memory, but not really dementia.
Okay.
Uh, she knew who I was, so yeah,
Okay, that's a good
that
thing.
yeah, yeah, but hmm so I didn't either come out to my to my uncle. And as I said, probably just because I don't know, I just didn't, like, didn't feel necessary. But
Okay.
he found out that I like Queen, was like, fuck yeah.
Mhm. He was a
Yeah, and that
good
was
Queen
yeah, that
fan
was fun.
too.
Yeah, yeah, he is.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, and it was yeah, that was fun. And the thing is that we went out to where my that's my to where my to where my um to my where my uncle lives, and we went fishing because it's a archipelago there,
Mhm.
and and I caught a lot of fish.
Okay, good. What did you do? Did you
I
eat
caught
it
a lot
or
of
what?
fish, a lot of what if we ate it? Well, we kinda did. It was just it was we did well. Yeah, we did kind of. It was a lot of. I don't know this English words for the different fish, but
No.
yeah, we ate a lot of yeah, we ate a lot of fish. We had fun, which yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
Was it?
we looked at a football game. That was also fun.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, because again, my extended family lives in Molde, which is a town that for some reason has a very active football community, and has and the local football team is like one of the biggest ones in Norway,
Okay.
or one of the better ones. They are like my mom says that they almost like always win the silver in the Norwegian Cup.
Okay,
Uh,
that's good.
yeah, that's yeah, kind of cool. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's nice, nice.
And
Nice.
was it very hot in Norway? Because last week there was a heat wave in the Netherlands where it was about 40 degrees Celsius every day for almost a week.
Oh God, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, so
Uh,
I was like wondering like if it was as hot with in Norway as it was here.
actually, it was a lot of sun. It was not uber hot, but it was
Mhm.
hot. So I don't know what comparison to make there, but
Well,
uh, yeah, it was quite hot. I got a bit of a tan, more burn, but yeah,
mhm.
yeah, it was fun. Uh,
Okay.
I can't say much other than that it was fun. I was
So you had a lot of fun in Norway, but you didn't uh, manage to come out to your grandmother and your uncle.
no, and yeah, yeah,
That's,
more or
yeah.
less that. It was otherwise it was quite fun.
Okay. At
I
least you had
yeah,
a fun time,
and
so that's
because
important too.
yeah, and one thing is that Barb, like I recently have started with tying my shirts into tops, and Barb just kind of like looks kind of slutty. And the thing is that
I
now she can
am.
kind of rejoice because I have my sisters finally started giving me femme clothes, so I had
Ah.
clothes. So I had
You have
so I had
appropriate women feminine clothes.
well, it's still like teenage stuff, but it's yeah, probably better than makeshift. But yeah, now I have a few yeah proper girl clothes.
Proper feminine clothes.
Yes,
Well,
androgynous gender expression for the win.
Yes. Okay. Well,
Ooh, yeah.
that's a good thing. Well, I am the mama of this podcast. I actually
Yes,
am.
you are.
I don't have any kids, but I'm such a mama that I changed my username to Miss Mama Work recently, which I'm very proud
Yeah,
of.
yeah, I saw that.
I love that
Yeah,
name.
yeah, you are the most best. Yeah, you are the best candidate for being a godmom ever. Uh, yeah,
I wish I could be a fairy godmother. At least I would have some magic. But yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, but you would be a fairly odd godmother. Uh, yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, as being the mama, I sometimes have to look at certain pictures, and I'm like, no, 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 Benjamin, don't dress like that. That's not good.
But I like it. But I like it.
Yeah, it's all. It's almost like I'm the mother of a teenager who doesn't know how to dress properly. But at least,
That is no, you are the mom of the group of a teenager who doesn't know how to dress properly.
yeah, a
Uh,
group of teenagers indeed. But
Group? No, 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 no. It's okay. Joy too, but I don't know about her. She doesn't really. No, she doesn't really post how she dresses herself. So
I've
it's mostly
seen,
me. You just babysit.
yeah, but I've seen a picture of Joy. She's cute. That's all I want
Yeah,
to
she
say.
is.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, but I mean, in terms of clothes, I am Mama You. But in terms of other
Yeah.
stuff, I'm being the mother of multiple people who don't know how to behave. But that can be an entirely different podcast. Um, maybe when there are more people live
Mhm.
following us, because I think it's a very interesting topic. Like, what can you do and what can't you do? For example, on Discord, with multiple people. Uh, when it comes to like triggering people who are not like normal heterosexual people who just joke around and call everybody gay. I think that would be a nice
Yeah,
topic.
because that one thing, if you're like questioning yourself, like, am I gay or something like that? One thing is like, am I gonna gain stuff if I change? If I turn out to be gay, what will change? Will I gain anything or will I lose anything? One thing that I can guarantee you, gay jokes will stop being funny.
Yes,
They will.
a lot of things
Will
suddenly
some
be
be will
not funny.
most? What did you say?
A lot of things will suddenly be not funny.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, yeah, the ones that like kind of the whole point of it that like being gay is funny. That will stop being funny. Some small like clever ones were like yeah, they're like yeah that guy's gay and that they say that in a
Hmm.
clever way and he's like hey fuck you that kind of yeah.
Yes, but that can be another topic. You had well, talking about being gay. You went to Pride. You said, Benjamin. Cannot hear you right now. He fainted. What are you doing? Benjamin. I thought you wanted to talk about about pride. I think I lost connection with you or not. Oh dear. Oh, that's a first. Usually people lose connection with me, but I don't know if this is my work. Talking about pride, there were a lot of.
Yeah.
Ah, you back?
I know.
You're back? Yay! I
Darling, Bobs,
yes, I hear you.
Bobs,
Yes, I can hear you.
am I back from the dead?
Yes, you're back from the dead. And fabulous as
Hello,
ever.
hello,
Yes, you're back.
wee wee. Hello,
Yeah, you are
am I
doing.
back?
Yeah, you're doing great there. And now you lost.
And there, are we back?
Yes, you were back again. You were suddenly gone. But tell us,
Yeah.
Benjamin, about your Pride experience.
Oh yes, we were at Pride.
Who's
It
we?
was oh me, my mom, and my dad.
Ooh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. The thing is that like again, we did not go to a parade. The parade is actually was actually today.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, kind of grumpy that that had a tiny bit of chance to see where the girls and Pussy Riot still, but yeah, my mom is tired. But yeah, but still, yeah. It had and yeah, it all happened. It was fun, but
Mm-hmm.
more or less. So we went to Pride Park, which is more or less a big football field that they have turned into a
Okay.
festival area, and it was um yeah yeah, and more or less I planned to be there with a friend, but but when I called her. When had been there for like an hour, I asked her where she was, and oh wait, and she told me that she was sick. So yeah,
Oh
that
dear.
happens.
Yes.
Hmm. Oh dear me.
Yes.
Uh,
So you spent it with your
but
parents there.
well, not really. More like myself.
Okay.
But yeah, I walked around. I when it comes to like doing stuff. I didn't do that much. There was a few things here and there. Not that much. It was just hmm. It was not that much I really did. It was like what I mostly had in my eyes on was that there was like karaoke stage,
Okay.
and I have probably told us, but yeah, I probably yeah I stood around there for a while. I
Did you do a
like
lot
there
of
was a lot of
karaoke? Did you sing?
we'll come to that later, darling.
Okay.
And if and more or less what it was that yeah we went around. I actually met an old friend. She was more or less when I was little. After school, my parents couldn't pick me up immediately, so we had thing. Wasn't like really a youth recreational center. It was more or less just a. It's hard to describe, but it was just like a. It was just like being it was just like it was just like a small little club you could go to
Yeah.
after school just
An
hang
after
out.
school
Uh,
activity club.
no, it's not really. That was just here. It was just like it's hard to describe, but just like it was called three times. Yeah, it's hard to describe,
Mm-hmm.
but it was more or less just a place where the kids that couldn't that didn't have parents to pick them up uh, immediately from school, or they couldn't take the bus, they went until their parents could pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a place like that. And the person that I met there, she worked there, and she was mostly known there for being very tall.
Okay.
Yeah, now she is as tall as me, which is 187. So, but yeah, 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 and and we, sorry that I'm so much, but but I, we saw her in last year's Pride Parade in Norrtälje, where I
Okay.
live, and I was like, is she gay or something? And then, like when I met her, when I met her at Pride, and I asked her, and yeah, she was gay, and she came there with a friend, and I came have become good friends with her under the last few days now. But yeah, but more or less, yeah, yeah, I met her. It was fun, and yeah, yeah, but more or
Okay.
less, there was not much to do there. It was I actually got my kind of hair done. I got a tiny bit of pink and blue put in there by by a lovely, probably French lady, and uh, yeah, it was yeah, it was fun. And then yeah, I as I said, I had that let's see here, the karaoke booth, and yes, of course I sang. What what do you think of me if I didn't?
I always
Just
expect you to sing, darling.
yes, if I can, I will. And first, the first song I sang, I sang "Don't Stop Me Now"
Mm-hmm.
by Queen,
Yeah.
and then when I kind of like right after that, I sang "We Will Rock You"
By
by Queen
Queen.
too, and yeah, by Queen. Uh, and the thing is that uh, before like the whole thing was put on, it was like, okay, I'm ready to go, and I was like, no, 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 and I said, everybody who can hear this, come here, because I will need your help on this. Hmm? Barbs?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, but yeah, I was like, come here, I will need everybody's help to come here.
Mm-hmm.
I will need everybody's help in this song, so come over here. And it's like, so yeah, I got like maybe 15 people during the song to yeah, stomp their feet and clap their hands to "We Will Rock You" while I sang it. It was like, I like this.
Yes. Well, you
And
are
then I
certainly a podium beast,
and
of course.
yes, of course I am. Uh, but then but under that song, my parents yeah, called me on my phone constantly under the performance.
Of course.
Of course, luckily it didn't pick up on the mic. I would have strangled you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 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 but yeah, I sang that. Then I came and ate lunch. Then we kind of like waited to perform. Yeah, yeah, we it off. We went if performed. Then it was like, oh no, wait, there's another. There's another. There's another. There was another. Place where you could do karaoke, and then we went there. Then that was closed because the stage had started, and then we went back. Then we waited for a while, and then when it was just about to close, we Onion started, and more or less my mom captured most of it on camera. And more or less, yeah, I got like maybe 20 to 30 people then, because the karaoke booth was a bit more
Busy?
popular.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and that was very fun. It was
Okay.
just, yeah, have a not super sizable, but at least yeah, good amount of people singing. Yeah, I when I sang "We Will Rock You"
Mm-hmm.
to the most, yeah, and I almost blew my voice out, and it was like, and it was fun. And then when the gu- guitar solo started, I was like, yeah, I was dancing around now, and everyone was like, "Woo!" And then it was glorious. I will tell you.
Yes. Okay. So that was
Uh,
your pride.
no, 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 no. It was not my pride. Uh, what is left of that pride was that of course, there is this that we it was, of course, the performances, and it was the Schlager it was the Schlager night. You know what Schlager is, right?
Sorry, what?
Schlager,
Slager.
Eurovision more.
Uh,
Schlager,
I think
Eurovision more or less.
I know, but I'm not sure.
Uh, what I just said, it's Eurovision more or less.
It's Eurovision, more or less. Okay.
Yeah, 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 it's Eurovision. So more or less, so yeah, so it was the Schlager quell. So more or less it was because in Sweden in we have a extra little thing for the in Sweden we have an extra little thing for the Eurovision. Where we pick out which song we want to be in the Eurovision Song Contest to represent us. We call that the Melody Festival, and it's more or less 32. No, now it's 28 songs competing against each other. In, yeah, 32 songs competing against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, it's 32. 28 songs competing against each other, being just like it's it's pure Eurovision, and it's the most gay thing you have ever seen. Uh,
Okay.
it's yes, and that is why I kind of like picked it, because it was like the very gay. Yeah, Eurovision is a gay thing, is a big thing in the gay world, and that is why I
Mm-hmm.
kind of like picked it for for us to do, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun to be there, and it was like a lot of Swedish Melody Festival celebrities were there. I also remember that there was like one. There was also let's see. There was also, you remember them?
The Swedish contestant?
No, Kano. They're Norwegians.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Of course,
Yeah,
I
they
love the
were there, and
Norwegian.
they
Ah,
what?
I love them.
Yeah, they were there, and they performed Fire in the Sky. It was
Ooh,
awesome.
yes,
I have the whole thing on I have the whole thing on film. It was just like, it was awesome.
yes. I can imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was lovely. Like, it's like yeah, and then the joke in it. It was awesome.
Okay.
Yes, and it was a lot of good things, and it was a lot of good things, and more good things. It's-
A lot of good
Ah,
things
uh,
happened to you lately. That's good.
yes, yes. It was really good. It was just a very fun show to do. It was it was fun. There was a lot of stuff. Ah, It's hard to. Yeah.
You're you're
I'm
too
sounding more
hyped. You cannot speak English
unintelligent.
anymore.
No, no, it's just like gay overload. Now I'm done. Here's
Ah,
my broken English.
oh,
Yeah, but
yeah.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let's see here. Yeah, there was like a group that made it that made a thing from that made a thing from. It was also a group that did things from Eurovision too, and that was
You
did
mean they
things
did
from
covers of Eurovision songs or whatever?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and that was fun too. Like, oh god, I can't even remember all of the things that were there. It was just like it was nice.
Get yourself together, darling.
I try.
You try. Okay. Well, in the meantime, when you get yourself together, I want to talk a bit about my thingy.
Okay.
I don't think I will talk about my grandmother. The only thing that I want to say is that my grandmother is very is in the hospital, so I didn't have the greatest week ever. Let's say that. But I did went on a little hiking vacation this week for a couple of days with a good friend who came over from Myanmar. She works in Myanmar,
Wait,
which is
what is that?
it's a country. Let me put in Wikipedia.
Myanmar?
Myanmar.
Myanmar. And
Yes.
like Myanmar, that sounds like my beloved in Spanish.
It's not Myanmar. No, 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 no. It's also called Burma in certain languages.
Ah, there we go.
There we go. Yeah, she constantly says Myanmar, so I know it as Myanmar, but you can also say Burma. So there, she works there in the waterworks. Does a lot of things there that are very good for local economy, local uh, uh, water infrastructure, etc. And she actually met a lot of interesting people there. So like the president of the country and all kind of things. And now she went back to the Netherlands to have a couple of weeks off, and she asked me to go hiking. So I went hiking in the Netherlands for a bit, which was uh, really nice. Also helped me to get a bit less addicted to Beat Saber at the moment, because for the people who do not know, I recently picked up the Oculus Quest, and I have a Beat Saber addiction. You know Beat Saber, Benjamin?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That game.
Like I wouldn't say, yeah, being addicted to a game that is great, great exercise wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, except
Mm.
that my hands hurt. So
Well, again, it will soon not do that because you will have done it so much. You will have great hands. Uh,
yeah, it's mainly my wrist because you have to. I'm on now on expert level. I do it every day at least 2 hours,
uh,
and my wrists are
oh,
getting sore. So I need to like
oh my God!
do it a
You
bit
are
less.
beyond. Yeah.
So yeah, so it was
Yeah.
a bit of a mixed week. So I had some bad news about my grandmother. But at the same time, I discovered Beat Saber and I went hiking. We got, let's see, I don't know even know the English word for it. It's a oak procession caterpillar.
Hmm?
It's basically a caterpillar that lives on oak trees and is very hairy,
Oh,
and um,
oh,
those hairs are extremely bad for the human health.
Oh.
and we are like the Netherlands has like tons of those stuff, tons of oaks. So we have like tons and tons of those caterpillars. Oak processionary caterpillar. It's the weird.
Oak processionary caterpillar.
Okay, that's what it's supposed to be called. Um, but it's a nasty caterpillar and it's everywhere. So you're always
Oh,
itchy,
God.
basically. If you're like cycling
Yeah,
under an
yeah,
oak,
that's their what their hairs do.
yes.
Is
So that was we found like nests of those on the trees while we were hiking there, and it was like okay, let's not go there then. And we got lost. Two girls getting
oh,
lost somewhere where you don't know um, is a bit of a thingy. But the advantage between brackets, the advantage of going hiking in the woods in the Netherlands is that if you go like 1 kilometer straight on, you will end up on a road or at a village or somewhere where people live.
more
The
or less, it's a very compact place.
Yeah, the Netherlands in itself is a very compact place. So you cannot
But
go.
it's not the smallest one.
The Netherlands is
It's
not the
not super
smallest
small.
country, but the especially the forests are like parks to other like countries. They're so small.
Oh, you don't have a lot of big forests.
No, 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 no. And most forests are
Okay.
not from origin, so they are just planted by people. In the
So it would probably be quite easy.
yes, you just have like paths everywhere, and you have to be like really, really, really make it work if you want to get lost in the forest like that. You have to like be blindfolded and get your ears plugged because you can just hear the roads everywhere if you are listening very carefully. So you
Yeah,
have to make it really work if you want to get lost in the Dutch forest. Otherwise,
yeah.
just walk straight on and you get somewhere where people live. And you get the next bus home. So yeah, even if we did get lost, but we were like okay, 5 minutes walk, and then we're back into urban territory. So like, okay, we're back. So we did that this week. Um,
Yeah, so yeah.
yeah.
I have collected myself now, but more or less, yeah. So, yeah, it was apart from Kano, there's a lot of acts that only really that really only Swedish people would know. That
Okay.
is why I only said Kano because again, it's the only act other that it's Swedish people that other than Swedish people would know. Uh, but yeah, it was yeah a lot of gay celebrities.
Mhm.
Was yeah, a lot of gay celebrities had fun. It was uh, yeah, but about my friend, the new friend, I'm not gonna I told them that I wouldn't specify their name, but I'm quite sure they wouldn't mind if I even said it. So if it slips, it will slip, and I will keep on using it. But I will try not to make it slip. But
Okay.
or at least what I at first thought was a girl and she yeah we met we talked we joked about the host and a lot of things. We're just we're just teenagers. She's one year old younger than me,
Mhm.
and with the old friend I talked about before,
Mhm.
and it was nice to talk and and that was like when she told me that she was 15 16 actually. I was like, yeah, you have to give me your number.
Aha.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was fun. She's fun, and then like after the fact, she had to also go home early. So we switched phone numbers, and we have been talking through text messages. Oh, I feel so old right now. I feel so just so snotty, talking to one only over SMS. But
Yeah, that's
the thing is that
old.
no, it's not really old. It feels just very new. No, it feels too new for me even.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, and it was that we more or less we talked. She had recently changed her name because she thought that her old name was too feminine for her, and I was like, kind of, whoa, stop, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, yeah, I'm trying to explain her that gender identity and gender expression, those two can be completely separated
Mm-hmm.
uh, from me. I have a very androgynous gender expression, but my gender identity is male. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so more or less, and yeah, I kind of like talked to her about that, and more or less, yeah, a lot of stuff about.
Okay, so this friend is gender fluid, you said.
No.
Oh.
Actually, no. She, uh, she's she labeled herself as gender fluid, but uh, she labeled herself as gender fluid. But I like kind of because her gender expressions seemed quite androgynous, and that and more or less it was so more or less yeah I kind of like explained to her some different gender identities and and that, and I then came up with, like I said that this one I am quite sure you belong to, and she was like, oh, which one? And then I explained what androgynous means, and it's more
Mm-hmm.
or less that you're not a guy, you're not a girl. It was more or less you're not really both, but you are somewhere in between. You're mixed.
Yes.
Androgyny in itself, but means yeah, between both masculine and
Feminine.
yeah, feminine. And it was yeah, and she was like, oh my god, this is yeah, this is spot on. It's like yeah, it was a sweet moment. But
Okay.
that's the one thing. Yeah, but that's the thing I wanted to talk about. She didn't know she didn't know that well, she saw it's hard to say, but more or less she saw that more or less that she saw that because she didn't feel like a girl or a guy straight off, that she was gender fluid. That's the thing, that is not really what gender fluid means. Gender fluid is less a gender identity and more a statement of how your gender identity is. Because gender fluid is somebody whose gender identity fluctuates over from time to time.
True.
One day you can be a guy, one day you can be a girl, next day you can be both. Well, okay, now that doesn't really work because by gender that's almost like a formal gender. What I mean is that yeah, it's not really a gender identity for people who doesn't really feel like they are either guys or girls.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that a lot of people seem to do that because the one thing is that did you know that Miley Cyrus is yeah, I talked about how Miley Cyrus is pansexual, right?
Yeah, but I don't identify with her, so.
You know, but the thing is that she says that she herself is are gender fluid. The thing is that I can't bring up the quote right now, but it was like quote, I've never felt like a girl or a guy, and the person I would want to be with doesn't have to be either a girl or a guy.
Mm-hmm.
She like that, but more or less not feeling like a guy or not feeling like a girl, that is not necessarily necessarily gender fluid.
True.
Gender fluid is gender fluid is having a gender fluid is having a distinct gender identity, only that it fluctuates, that it is different from day to day, that you feel that you are a girl, you are a guy. Uh, that's the thing that a lot of people that are probably say that they are non-binary or gender fluid, or probably more something like, or probably something more like androgynous, which is a mix,
Mm-hmm.
feeling both, both masculine and feminine, being a girl and a guy at the same time, but while still being a,
Yourself.
well, yeah, it's more or less, yeah, it's just that if you feel, yeah, if you don't feel more comfortable with femininity, or but you like both, then and that isn't just what you are comfortable with, more like, yeah, that feels like me as a person, that, and then you're probably yeah, totally totally justifying saying that you are androgynous. It's nothing bad. It's, yeah, it's not really a very frequently used label, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's needed because, again, a lot of people don't understand the real meaning of gender fluidity.
Yeah. What I find interesting is because you said that she didn't know this, is that people just.
No, yeah, she didn't know about androgyny, and again, it is not a very common one. And it's not a common one that a lot of people know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
Hmm.
what I find interesting is people label themselves without actually doing the searching. So they say,
Hmm.
well, I
Yeah.
must be this, but I did not research properly, which is very interesting,
Yeah.
especially like
Yeah. That
nowadays.
was kind of what she did. And the thing is about androgyny, more or less, if you what should you have for what kind of label should you have when it comes to pronouns? More or less, whatever you feel like, whatever you are comfortable with. You just like, you don't have to be. You don't have to. A lot of people that I know have sticked with just being uh, with having the label man, having masculine or feminine pronouns, or
Mm-hmm.
have, yeah, yeah, and that's, yeah, perfectly usable. Yeah, but more or less, uh, yeah, and Wikipedia says that is a lot of people, androgynous people that use it as a gender identity, they uh, they use the label, they use uh, gender neutral, or a lot what a lot of gender non-gender,
Mm-hmm.
agender, non-binary, and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Uh,
Is it an idea to have like more like guests on, and when Cloud is back, that we make this another podcast as well?
oh,
Because I think it's very interesting topic about people researching and labeling themselves.
yes,
And
and
we're
that's the thing,
almost,
because
and we're also at the end.
one
That's
thing
why.
about Miley Cyrus is that she is surprisingly smart. She is actually a very intelligent woman, and so I I'm kind of like at a loss, like, wait, she's very intelligent, so she probably would have taken the time to find herself.
Mm-hmm.
But yet she is very like nonchalantly saying, "Ah, I'm gender fluid." Like,
Yes.
yeah, I'm gender fluid. Yeah, I don't feel like either a guy or a girl. That doesn't mean that isn't what gender fluid is. That is sometimes I feel like a girl, sometimes I feel like a guy, sometimes I feel like something in between. That is gender fluid.
True.
Uh,
But
is
let's talk
kind of
about
surprised
it
that she.
another
Mhm.
time. Because I think we
Yeah,
want to talk about it like in more detail, and we already chatted for like an hour, so that would be a waste if we
yeah,
just like hack it off. So we'll
huh?
let's put this on the burner and let it cook and have Cloud
Yeah. Let's put a
and maybe
pin
a
on this.
guest next time.
Yeah,
Shall we do that?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe even a gender fluid person.
Yes, that
I
would be lovely.
know a few. No, not a few, like one, but yeah,
Yeah, at least you know one. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
yeah.
So I think we will stop today. Thank you for
Mm-hmm.
being here, Benjamin. Cloud, if you listen
Of
to
course, I'm
this,
always here.
Cloud, if you listen to this, we will see you next week, hopefully, if you have internet, etc. And we hope everyone stays healthy. I love
Mhm.
you. If you want to know more about our details about what we do, it's all in the doobly-doo if you look on YouTube. And there are some
The doobly doo.
doobly-doo. And there are
The doobly
some
doo.
panels underneath on the Twitch channel where you can look some stuff up. We will see you next week with another theme. See you next time, darlings.
See you next time. Ta ta.